And I was asked to say a few words, and it was suggested to me that I speak from the heart, but I thought it might freeze up, and I've never spoken at a wedding before, so I set to write out a speech in the place that my best ideas and my best thinking happens. But then I had to rewrite it because I realized that a roll of toilet paper wouldn't fit my tuxedo. So,
just gonna hold it. We'll watch it.
So to family, friends, and all visitors gathered here tonight, thank you for coming and helping these two start their marriage off on the right foot. My grandfather once told me that marriage is made up of several rings. First, there may or may not be a promise ring. And then, of course, there's the engagement ring, followed by the wedding ring. Hopefully not too much suffering. But then finally there's enduring through all of life's challenges and adventures. And speaking of rings, Marc and Amber's rings are nice. Have you seen them? No? We'll go look at them. And just know that Amber had Marc's ring engraved. It's really sweet. It says, "If found, please return to Amber Heathen Dolls, 216 Robert Street, Hamilton, Ontario." In all seriousness, I've found a happy couple for just over 3 years now. But it seems like only yesterday when we first met. My wife Beth and I were moving to the apartment above them in the house in Barrie that they lived at, and our landlord had given us the keys a little bit early so that we can go in and clean up and do whatever we needed to do before the move date. So one day I'm working in Barrie and I decide I'm going to sneak over there and I'm going to move a few of our belongings in there a bit early. And that's when I see Marc. He's out, I think he was in the driveway. And when I laid eyes on him, I knew right away, this guy can help me carry my stuff. And you know what? Marc's just one of those guys. He jumped right in and offered to help me out the moment Amber told him to. And that's how I met Amber too. She was actually talking to me through their living room window with her face pressed up against the screen, all fast like Amber talks sometimes. She's, "Oh, you're our new neighbor? Nice to meet you. Marc, help him carrying that stuff. Hey Matt, when you move in, come over. We have coffee on the go. Do you drink coffee? We have coffee." Coffee? Okay. These are my kind of people. If they share my love for bacon, I'm not going to leave. Now is the start of our friendship. And when I say friendship, ladies and gentlemen, I don't say that lightly. Believe me. Anyone who can tolerate me for more than 5 minutes is somebody special. And they've tolerated me for 3 years now.
Now you're at their wedding.
Yeah. So I'm honored to be playing a role in their wedding today. Because not only am I a groomsman, I had a very important job appointed to me by Amber, and the success of today hinged on the success of me doing this job. So last night, I stayed out and I hung out with my best buddy Marc, and I made sure that one, he was okay on the eve of the biggest day of his life, and two, that he didn't escape while Amber stayed at the Sheraton last night. So if I can take a moment, I want to tell you guys what real friendship means to me. Marc and Amber eventually moved away from Barrie, and we stayed friends. They moved to Hamilton, and we stayed in touch, and we visited each other from time to time. But in the year following their departure to Hamilton, Beth and I had the worst luck imaginable, right? I had a job fall through, and she was the only one working and supporting us both. And I fell into a bit of a depression, I'm ashamed to admit. And I could only find part-time work here and there, and we were suffering. We didn't know what we were going to eat. We didn't know how we were going to pay our rent. We didn't know how to make ends meet or survive until the next month. And I'm not kidding. It got so desperate that I was actually walking home from work an hour and a half in minus 35 Celsius winter weather. That was a brutal winter too. And just to save the money that I would have spent on the bus to get home. All right, so that's kind of how bad it got. And we suffered, and Beth and I's relationship suffered as a result of the hard times we were having. And Marc and Amber knew we were going through these times, and they convinced us to move to Hamilton with them. So they put in a good word with their landlord, and they even paid the first month rent on the basement unit of the house they were living in on Upper Ottawa Street. And so nobody else could get it. And they even helped us move. So without going into much more detail, thanks to them, we were able to turn our misfortunes around. And because of that, here I am today. So you guys, in a way, you kind of saved our lives. You saved possibly my relationship. And from the bottom of my heart, publicly today, I love you guys, and I owe you a debt that I could probably never repay. You deserve all the good luck and fortune that may come your way, and I hope you guys can tolerate me and my friendship for a long while yet. So before I get mauled here, I'd like to end this by doing something that I've never done before in my entire life. I would like to propose a toast. So if everybody could raise their glasses for me, see if I can get this going. To Marc and Amber, my best friends in the world. Love is the fire that feeds your life. Love is your friendship set to music. In so much as love grows in you, beauty grows. For love is the beauty of your soul. Bet you didn't imagine me saying something like that. So again, I'd like to thank you all for your patience and your kind attention. And for those of you here who've managed to stay awake while I go on, cheers and have a good night.